Yeah, we are. Where we fucking are. Took its time, didn't it? Took its time.
Mate, I thought you'd been KO'd by the Wi-Fi or something.
Hey, I was on the ropes. I was on the ropes, you know.
Mate, the Wi-Fi was like, it was giving you body shots. You know what I mean? 1, 2 down the pipe. I thought you were going to get smoked by BT broadband at one stage.
Honestly, I was on the ropes big time.
Listen, we've got a lot to talk about, and I absolutely love talking with you, Mr. Legg, as well. I must add, and we've got a lot to talk about. So let's crack on. So listen, welcome to the Gunman Insta Live. This is a platform for all fighters to come on, share their story, get shit off of their chest. You have just had, we were meant to have a face-off.
Well, honestly, it's been a nightmare, hasn't it? Let's be honest.
Mate, like, listen, honestly, I've never seen so many people pull out on you, Mr. Legg. You know what I mean?
I know, and
like a man.
It wasn't even like me first fight was that dangerous, let's be honest. It wasn't the best performance. I'm still not happy with it now, but, 6 months down the line, we're a different fighter now. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, so anyway, listen, those that are jumping on the live, this is Bailey Legg. He's a compact technician, a TikTok sensation, a really, really technical fighter, looking to stamp his authority in the influencer boxing game. He is going out on Saturday night in Liverpool, Adelphi Hotel, Speedstar Boxing Academy, which is the leading influencer boxing show in the UK. You have got 2 fights in one night. Hashtag free gunman.
free gunman. Free gunman.
free that brother. And
we need to release a couple of t-shirts, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. Free that brother. So let's talk about the change in opponent. Let's start there, shall we? You were meant to be fighting Little T.
Yeah.
What happened?
Right. So obviously with the fight with Matt, he was straight in the comments, giving it big guns and stuff. And I think what's ruined it, I'm not going to sit here and slag him off. He's a pussy. He's bottled it. But I think he got his misfits call. He got his paycheck. He's realised that getting in a boxing ring and putting a pair of gloves on, it's not that easy, is it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think he's like gone through it. He's realised, and I think he realised I'd probably be out of his depth.
Do you think he bottled it?
Yeah, I reckon so. Whether it happens further down the line, I don't know, but I can't see it. I can't see it at all.
What do you think? What do you think happened? Do you think he went on Misfits, tasted a bit of boxing, maybe wasn't up for fighting on another platform, particularly against someone?
To be fair, I don't even think it was that, because he pulled out with the excuses about money and stuff like that. And I know, obviously not to speak too much on the live and that, but the money was right for him. What he wanted, obviously after his Misfits contract, he wanted more, and they accepted more. So the money wasn't an issue. His contract was good, his pace was good. So I think it was just down to him being in the ring and realising it's not as easy as that.
Yeah, I mean, he had agreed it, and then he obviously pulled out. I don't want to go too much into the financials.
Yeah.
But it looks outside looking in. It looks like he tasted Misfits, probably saw you as a dangerous opportunity for lesser pay.
big time.
And then had to jump on it. I think that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, 100%.
What did you make of his fight on Misfits? And be honest. This is no silencer, no safety cam.
You know what? So obviously the fight was lined up, and my 2 coaches, one of them's a really good amateur boxer, and one of them's obviously boxed previous and his coach and stuff. They both come round to my house. We sat there with a pizza and that. We're waiting to watch, and I'm thinking, this is going to be a fight where I've got to step my levels up here. I've been training hard. I'm going to have to work even harder. And they'll come out, and I thought, there's no way. Like 10 seconds in, my coach looked at me and said, "What the fuck?" He said, "You'll lever him." And I thought, I was expecting, to see at least a bit of stance to him and shape to him, but there was nothing, was there? I was like, oh no. So
mate, there was
it was one of
punches
them
coming in from different postcodes. It looked like they was doing the front crawl at some stage in there. You know what I mean? Like,
literally, it was a crazy one. But it was one of them where them swingers, they just come out of nowhere, and if they do catch you, it's going to sting, I reckon, a little bit.
yeah. Listen. We've all sparred people, right? We've all sparred people that are wild or rookies, and they're actually a harder spar than someone who's technical. If you're boxing with someone who actually come to box and there's a bit of a chess match going on, that's a lot easier than someone just coming and throwing and different
literally
postcodes, different angles. It's hard to control, and I've seen established fighters have troubles with rookies, because of that very reason. So, but it was entertaining. It was entertaining. There was a few 360s going on, a bit of ballerina stuff going on.
But no, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that from him.
How have you found the opponent change, Bailey? So, is it new mindset, new mission?
Yeah, I think whatever the opponent was, it's going to be the same outcome. Whether it was Little T, whether it's Matt, whether it's George, all three of them, they're all on the same level in my eyes, and it's just another step along the journey, getting a couple of wins and getting the experience under my belt, because the outcome's already there, to be fair.
Yeah. Now listen, let's go on to the 20M Rose rematch. So you've decided to take 2 fights in one night.
Yeah.
Is that because you think these two brothers are walking the park on a nice summer's day?
It is in a way, that is my thoughts, but at the same time, right? My thoughts was, I've sold quite a lot of tickets. I've got a lot of people that'll be watching online and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm paying people, and it's I want to be an entertainer. Is it going to be that entertaining? If I picked, say, Matt for have him for one round and drop him in one round, is it going to be that entertaining? Whereas I think if I got 2 and I dropped 2 in one night, then it's that's entertaining. Do you know what I mean? That's where the ticket sales are. That's what people want to see. They don't want to see me fight the same guy that I've already beat and just dance around with him. Whereas I can just fight 2 and piece them both up.
What do you think you need to do differently against 20M Rose? I mean, I've already told you what my thoughts on your performance.
I think it is literally what we spoke about. As I say, I'm a very technical boxer on this scene anyway. If a couple of lads from my boxing were in the live now, they'll be saying you're not technical, mate, because they're just different level. But I think I just got to put me once I'm there, and sort of let when my shots are going, don't sort of be comfortable taking shots, if that makes sense. Not saying that Matt's got the power, Matt ain't got the power. So if he does catch me, it's sort of staying in the pocket really and keeping tight. Because I know from my first fight, I'd step in, throw a couple of shots, and they'd all land. But then I'd step out, and it's I'm well out of range. Whereas now I've learned over time, the past 6 months, where I can step in, let me shots go, but also stay in the pocket without getting hit to then let more shots go. And I think that's gonna sort of get me through it.
Yeah, I think you're spot on now. I think technically you are good at this level. I know you're talking about other people in your gym, but at this level you're technically quite tight and sound and quite compact. And your hand positions are good. Your knees are bent, and you've got really good sort of form and good shape. I personally think at this level. I do also agree with you that I didn't think 20M Rose could hurt you in the last fight. So I don't think you was that wary of his power. But I've said this to you in person that the disappointing thing is that you didn't step on the gas.
I think that was what I wanted.
And I think that's what you. I think that's why you want that rematch. I think you want to try and get him out of there. Am I correct?
Yeah, I reckon so. It's got to be done, and we've got to get the stoppage. We've got to put a performance in, haven't we?
Yeah.
I look back at it now, and I think the levels where I was there was I want bad, but I want good. But then if I compare myself then to now, as Ben just said in the comments, it's like a Bailey 2.0.
Yeah. Do you rate 20M Rose?
You know what? After the fight, I thought, you know what? He's not that sort of bad of a lad. But then, the more I see and hear of him, I think he's not. He's in it for himself, which is respectable. To be fair, like everyone's in it for himself, but he's got no respect to anybody else. I think personally. So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Now listen, you turned up at the press conference last time in a red suit. Why was that? Why did you go with an all red suit? You were looking slick, you were looking fly, you put the rest of us to shame.
You know what? It's just my style. Got another suit already. Got a nice little 3-piece on the go. Already ready to be.
Question.
Yeah, don't you worry about that one. The 3-piece will be out. It's not red this time though. It's not red this time.
Yeah, you're coming fly, are you?
Yeah, always.
What can you give us a spoiler on the colour?
No, I can't. But if you know me, you'll know the colour. Like that's what I think.
Yeah, okay. Well, I look forward to seeing it. I rate it. I like it. Now, listen, Gunman was sandwiched between a melee last time where 20M Rose threw some water at you. It kind of went off. Can we expect more tricks? Can we expect more of the same between you two and your new opponent, George Johnson? Do you think it's going to be quite a fiery face-off?
I think there's going to be fiery wherever I am. Always wanting to put on a show, but I'll have to see on the day, see where he's at. I ain't got anything in mind that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. We'll just have to see what happens. But to be fair, George has been very respectable. It's been decent, sort of coming up to the fight, but there is also the factor there that he's willing to step in and put a fight on. Do you know what I mean? He's not giving the shit like Matt did.
Yeah. Now, for those tuning in, because a few people have asked in the comments, where's the opponent? The face-off is off. Unfortunately, George Johnson hasn't been able to make it, so we've just got one half of the co-main event. What do you know about George Johnson, Bailey? Obviously he's tall, he's rangy, but what have you seen of him? And what
I've watched his previous fight, and to be fair, I feel bad for him because, in my eyes, he's past 2 fights. He won them both. I think he beat Matt. I had him winning that 2-1, and then obviously his most recent fight where it was a draw, I had him winning every round. So, and that's not even me saying that because I'm fighting him. That's just me being straight up honest. I don't know how the outcome was that, but I guess that's boxing. If you don't I think when rounds can be tight, when you're in a 3-round fight, you've got to win a round you've got to win 2 rounds clear, haven't you? If the tight rounds, I don't think you can always go and say, yeah, I definitely won that. That's a robbery. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think? Do you think he maybe got that draw because, the other guy clearly ran out of gas? Sorry, excuse me, I can't remember the guy's name he fought on CSL.
Yeah.
So I apologise. I haven't seen the whole fight. I've seen highlights of it. But from what I could see, is the other guy completely ran out of gas. You know what I mean? They had to call a plumber in the middle round.
The oxygen tank was in the ring at the end of the fight. I was like, what's going on here? 6 minutes in, the oxygen tank's out.
You know what I mean? This brother's ran out of gas. We need to call British Gas.
Literally,
we need a plumber out here. You know
yeah.
Why did he not step on the gas? If he'd stepped on the gas, George Johnson, if he'd stepped on the gas himself, put his foot down on the pedal, he would have clearly won that fight. Because the other
I think that from his body shape and stuff, he looked tired himself. Yeah. But it's one of them where you're tired and you've just got to not show it. Do you know what I mean? If you're tired, you can't show you're tired because the opponent will see it in his eyes. And if it goes after 1 round, and I see that with him, it's going to be a very, very quick night.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe he was a bit tired himself. I mean, both of those 2 brothers, they look like the Statue of Liberty in there at one point. It was just standing, you know what I mean? I was like, what's going on, man? Who's going to throw a punch, you know?
Yeah.
But listen, what are you expecting from George? Look, he's long, he's rangy, and if he uses his jab, you're a shorter, more stocky fighter.
I think that's all that he's got in his locker, really, is his jab. If I can get sort of slipping round his jab, obviously me being small anyway, it's going to be down to me slipping his jab and getting on the inside of him. He knows that. He's already said it to me. He thinks, well, that's my game plan of just getting on the inside of him. It's whether or not he can stop that, and I don't think he's going to be able to because he don't throw anything off that. And when tired legs come as well, if I'm slipping inside and he's not moving, then it's going to be a tough one.
Do you think the game plan with this guy? I mean, obviously, like you mentioned, your height. Most of the opponents at your weight tend to be taller than you, so it's not something that's that you're unfamiliar with. Do you think that you're going to be adopting, without giving your full game plan away, but I think it's most likely anyway that you're going to have to come and seek and destroy? You're going to be the guy coming forward, trying to get in within
I'm
range.
going to have to. I'm going to have to because we've seen his reach. He's 6 foot, and I've literally just been training tonight and speaking to one of the coaches about it. He's 6 foot and he's weighing 60 kg. He's gonna be he's skin and bone, isn't he? Let's be honest, he is skin and bone. So I just think even when you're like covering the shots and stuff, it's like you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it for over the rounds.
Yeah. So do you think you'll have to chase this brother down like Tom chases Jerry?
I'm not going to go out there chasing him down and hunting him. I'm just going to box, and I think that'll be the job, and it'll be job done. Really, is if I box and I use obviously the skills that I've learned over the past sort of year and a half now. I've been boxing. Mainly the past 6 months, I've sort of seen a big difference. After this first fight, everyone said, "Oh yeah, you'll be a different you'll gain like 30-40%." Once you've had your first bout, but I feel like from where I was at from my first bout to now, I reckon I'm at 60-70%.
Yeah,
from where I was at.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna say, like, I've seen a bit of your training, and I'm always watching people develop. That's what I do, and you're really moving. You're moving along really nicely. So I'm really anticipating your fight and looking forward to it.
Yeah,
but I want to see more from you, and that's harsh.
Yeah, no, you do. You said it. You said it last time. You said it last time.
But the thing is, though, it's harsh because your performance was good. You won every round last time. You won comfortably. You know what I mean? So your performance is good. But I was like that when I was boxing. I would always be like, "Oh, I won every round. I won the fight." But I'm disappointed. With you, I know there's more levels to your game. And I can see that you're technically really sound and you're really improving. So I want to see more. I want to put pressure on you. I want to see more. I want to see you, get a couple of stoppages and start really ramping and making some noise in this fight game. What do you think of this George Johnson then? You've kind of hinted that maybe his record doesn't do him justice.
Yeah, I don't think his record. It don't do him justice. As I say, I wouldn't say he's the best of fighters. But as I say, with his height, obviously his size compared to me, if he works his jab like he tries to do, it can potentially it could be a tough night. But I believe with the ability that I've got and obviously what I've learned over the past year and that, I'll be fine.
Yeah,
I'll be just fine.
Yeah. Do you think both guys don't have the power to knock you out? Like neither of them look like whackers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Neither of them look like whackers.
Yeah, I don't think any of them have that power. Like just how they throw the punches. Like you can tell there's no power in the punch. So even if it does sort of land on you, it's only going to like move you slightly. It's not going to knock you out. Let's be honest.
Does that mean that you can fancy your chances and maybe just walk through a few shots to get yours off?
Yeah, I think it's one of them. I've obviously fighting more experienced fighters in the gym. It's sort of for me to get on the inside of even experienced fighters, I've got to take like a punch.
Yeah.
And just whether it's on the guard or like on the gloves or not, you sort of take it, you cover up. It's not a punch that's going to knock you out, but like you feel it. Even if you take a shot on the gloves, you feel it, but it's like it's not hurting you in a way. So it is good, and I've been through some tough spars over the past couple of months where you come out of the gym and it's like, is boxing even for me? Do you know what I mean? You're one of them spars, and you're like, is this it? But to be fair, it's definitely been worth it, and it's definitely part of the journey.
Yeah, listen, it's normal to have those thoughts. Every single fighter I've spoken with hundreds of fighters. I've interviewed hundreds of fighters, and every single fighter's been through it. Like, had a terrible spar, and you're thinking, you're traveling home thinking, what on earth am I doing? Is this even for me?
Yeah,
Do I want to do
literally.
this anymore? Why am I doing this? Everyone has been there. So it's normal thoughts, and you have that thought: Am I ready? Am I ready? If this was fight night, I'll be getting pieced up. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? It's not a
literally.
good look.
Exactly that.
It's
Exactly that.
really
But
not a good
at the
look.
same time, what I've sort of understood over the past sort of couple of months training and that is the people I'm sparring with are going to be the people I'm going to fight are going to be no way near the level of people that spar, if that makes sense. Like I'm
Yeah,
sparring top amateur boxers, the different level, the are different level.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, it stands you in good stead. And listen, look at the benefits, man. Like you're looking healthy, you're feeling good. You've probably been off the booze for a while. You're eating clean. You're feeling fresh. Do you know what I mean? You'll be feeling like a god in fight week. Do you know what I mean? You'll
Yeah,
be walking the earth
exactly.
like a god. Do you know what I mean? And so the benefits have been absolutely unbelievable for you. I'm really looking forward to seeing you put on an absolute masterclass. Listen, my last question is, with you having two fights, is there going to be a bit of tactics about how you go about the first fight, with the fact that you've got to come out again, in like 10 fights time and come out again and fight again? I think you have like
Uh,
10 fights in between the fights off the top
Not
of my head.
really, because the first one's just like a light, loose, nothing. That's how I see it. Like I spoke about with my coach Ben. It is a loosen off, but it is sort of like seeing what the adrenaline dump is and stuff like that. But I'll be fine. Be fine.
Yeah. So you
Plenty of
really
time.
think 20M Rose is just a little warm up?
Yeah, I reckon so. We've seen him box like I don't know how he still can be that bad, but have been boxing so long and had that many fights. Do you know what I mean? Like it's every time he trains like 5 times a week. He fights 3 times a month, and I'm like, why is this guy not improving? This guy should be like a top fighter now. Like he's been in the ring with some animals. He has been in the ring with some
He has.
absolute
You've
wrecking
got to give him
balls.
credit. Yeah, you've got to
But
give him credit. He does it to keep his mental and his physical state. And some fighters enjoy that. It's not so much about the win, the lose, and the draw. Their records are for DJs for some of these fighters, and they want to just stay active and keep active. But he has got a win over your opponent, hasn't he? Over
yeah,
George Johnson. He's got
he
a
has
win
got a
over
win
him.
over George. As I say, I don't know if you've watched it back, and it's like there's no way Matt won that. I had Matt winning. Well, I had George winning 2 rounds to 1 on that. So yeah,
But you've got to bear that in mind. Does that make you think, oh, if 20M Rose can beat George Johnson, that it can't be that good, or you're not going to take him? You're not taking him
I
lightly.
don't know because obviously that being George's first fight, not sort of like make him look like he's dead good and stuff, but it was his first fight. He's obviously said now that he's stopped drinking, he's stopped smoking, obviously since November I think the fight was.
Yeah.
So he's had a good couple of months to get properly training and stuff. But as I say, there's only so good you can get in 3 months, and I still don't think it's going to be the level of where I'm at.
Yeah, listen, your journey's really exciting. I highly rate you. I think you're going to be a problem for anyone at this level. Just like I said, I just want to start seeing you a bit more spite. I think that's the word, and I'm pretty sure your coach will be saying that as well. A bit more
Yeah,
spite,
bit more of
maybe
a
a bit more
wrecking
aggressive.
ball.
Yeah, maybe a bit more aggressive, and being spiteful is a hard thing with boxing, because like the best fighters have it, but
Yeah,
it's business. You don't really dislike the guy. It's business. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
but yeah,
exactly
that's what we'd like to
that.
see from you. Like to see you stop a few people in the next few fights and really move to the next level. Do you have a message to the fight fans that are turning up on Saturday or buying the pay-per-view? Do you have a message for your fans?
Uh, Big up for everyone that's bought a ticket already. We're coming in numbers from Grimsby. Grimsby's loaded on the map again. Um, so yeah, big up for everyone that's coming from there. Everyone that's buying the pay-per-view. I'm not going to let you down. There is going to be a big performance, and we're going to put on a show as always. And that's all needs to be said.
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. And anyone who wants to buy the pay-per-view, if you can't join us in Liverpool, well, come and join us in Liverpool. It's going to be a
Yeah,
sick night. The press conference will be sick. The weigh-ins will be sick. The fight night is going to be absolutely heavy. Like, really going to be a
it's stacked.
action pack. Yeah, try if you're near Liverpool, get to the Adelphi Hotel, buy yourself a ticket. from the fighters or on Speedstar page. Or if you can't, get on the pay-per-view. And the pay-per-view link is also on the Speedstar Boxing Academy link in the bio. So make sure you tune in. It's going to be sick. Gunman will be hosting. Bailey will be knocking mans out. It's going to be a hell of a show.
Big up, big up.
Big up, bless up. I shall see you on Friday, my G.
You will do. Friday, I'll be there.
Yeah,
suited and booted. Suited and booted.
I'm going to have to get my own whistle and flute. My own whistle out, because you're gonna do me in with the way you dress. You're too snappy.
No, I'll have to give a little insight what the suit's saying, won't I?
Yeah. Hey, mate, you have to give me the memo. Give me the memo.
Yeah, I will do. I will do.
All right, man.
Right,
man. Thanks for jumping on. Sorry, the face-off didn't happen.
It's good. It's good. Everyone's hiding out there.
Yeah, they're hiding.
Yeah.
Take it easy, my man.